This is Transformers Battle Blade Optimus Prime. It is essentially the Voyager Class miniaturization or scaling down of the Leader Class Optimus Prime. Let me just fix the camera. So, I can't even fit the shot. Anyway, it's essentially that. I mean, Hasbro's been very good with scaling down figures from Marvel figures, from their 6-inch, they've trimmed it down to 3 3/4, and they've done it with this one, with the Transformers, with Ratchet and Ironhide from Voyagers becoming deluxes, but none as close to the original design as this one. They've really scaled down the Leader Class into a Voyager Class, and there are some bits that have been skipped and that have not been included in the Voyager Class for obvious reasons, but essentially even the transformation and the features of this figure is sort of very close to how they envisioned the Leader Class figure, and then some. Okay, just as an intermission, for those of you who were asking me earlier in my other videos, this is Leader Class Starscream with Optimus Prime. Now Optimus Prime has his legs a little bit spread out, so if you straighten up his legs, he is just a little bit taller than Starscream. But if you stretch Starscream's legs all the way, he's obviously taller than Optimus Prime. But all in all, if you average it, they're about the same in height, with Optimus Prime having a more distributed bulk and Starscream just having most of the bulk in the upper torso. So I hope that answers a lot of your questions about whether how does a Leader Class Starscream compare size-wise with the Leader Class Optimus Prime. So let's get these two out of the way and focus on the main event. Voyager Class Battle Blade Optimus Prime from the Hunt for the Decepticons toy line. It is a wonderfully scaled down figure. I mean, even the backpack is so close to how the Leader Class looked like. Now when you get this figure, it's going to be loose. There's some parts that's going to be disjointed, and there's some parts that's going to be out of place, and because it's really done because of packaging. So what you want to do first really is just, you need to connect. I mean, I was very annoyed with this loose I thought Hasbro did a bad job with a waist piece, but they actually did a pretty good job, especially if you know how to do it. You just have to straighten the legs, and you just have to snap the entire waist assembly. Wait, snap it together. Wait, am I missing something? Okay, there we go. There, yeah, it has to click. Everything has to click, that whole entire piece. The only downside with that, it's very stable and all that. I mean, there's nothing, he's not gonna move, but articulation on the hips is slightly hindered to just a few degrees in and out and forward and backward. If you try to move it forward a bit, it just snaps the thing out, and you try and open it up just like that. If you wanted some more dynamic poses, you will snap out the entire waist piece. And also pegging these to the back part of the truck onto the back helps in the stability, because when you get this figure, this thing is unpegged and untwisted, so you have to figure out a way to form it back into robot mode that way. So once you do that, he is a very stable figure. Also, you need to snap in the shoulders tightly that way to keep it very stable. Okay. The other question that some collectors were thinking about this figure was, can you actually display him or have him standing up with his weapons folded, this thing is just annoying, folded up, and at the same time these things came packaged this way, so it looked kind of corny, but they do slide up, so that's great. You have to pull this one out, Pat, so that you can fit this. And this is really the question: can you really store the weapons in robot mode perfectly without having to display him with his blades out all the time? And the answer is yes, since the blades are made of rubbery plastic. Without too much warping, you can actually store without keeping the slightly bent elbow. I mean, it's not perfect because you need to bend it slightly because of the shifting panel right here, but with a slightly bent elbow, you can actually display the figure with his swords sheathed. So that's that. Very nice, wonderful touch, again, as I said, by Hasbro, to really bring the swords in. And for his namesake, Battle Blades Optimus Prime. The other feature here is really the removable tanks right here. Both can be removed, and they only transform by folding out the nozzle, or the front part of the gun, the blaster, and then he can hold him on either hand. There's two of them, so the other one can also be removed and he can hold in the other hand. It's very reminiscent of the old Voyager Prime, so very nice. So you got Buster Prime and the regular Optimus Prime in one toy, sort of. But again, not to take anything away from the Leader Class figures, they are very, very well made figures, and if you really want a very definitive Optimus Prime, you go for the Leader Class. But if the Leader Class is just way too much for you, maybe you don't want to spend too much on Optimus Prime, or it's just plain difficult to transform and actually play with, then the Voyager Class might be the figure for you. Now, before we leave the robot mode, I wanted to show the main feature, well, one new feature actually, which they had, which is the Matrix of Leadership, which you can do by, with great difficulty. You need to remove, you need to pop these two panels up, like that. Same here, without breaking the tabs. Okay, like that. And then, okay, just go ahead and pop it out. And then you need to open up the head and open the chest. The chest, as you push it down, is going to reveal the Matrix of Leadership. It's unpainted, it's just molded plastic. It's not really the best thing in the world, but it is there. It's a nice little gimmick that they've added for movie accuracy, which fits nicely in the chest. And light our darkest hour. And it folds neatly, stows neatly back in place. And you can go ahead and just put everything back to how it was. The whole figure transforms like a Leader Class figure, and it is a little bit more complex than a normal Voyager Class figure. So we're going to end this video here. I apologize for making this a two-part video, but given the scale and magnitude of the transformation, I thought it best to just transform him. Oh, before we go, just a little bit on the articulation. If you detach these wheels, you can get more articulation from the legs, the knees. You can also move the heel back, and then you can get a full range of motion on the ankles. The arms are very articulate, as what most reviews have already said. No waist articulation, hinge jointed neck. So that's that. The robot mode of Battle Blades Optimus Prime from Hunt for the Decepticons. Stay tuned for the transformation video, and I hope this video has been very insightful. Okay. Not how I expect it to end, but anyway, with that, let's end this video. Transformers, Hunt for the Decepticons, Battle Blades, Optimus Prime. Thanks for watching.